Hello, welcome to Get Your Mind On. I'm Lori Stohs. Well, it's summertime, and so many times of the year we're out doing something we need to do, which is mowing our lawn. So when you think about mowing the lawn, you think about, well, I'm going to get my lawnmower out. I'm going to start it. I'm going to go mow the lawn and do your nice lines or however you like to do it. You get it done. You take it back into the shed or back into the garage. You shut it down and put it away. So when you think about that process, it's pretty clear. But let's just think one day that you decided to take the lawnmower out and you were mowing around and around and around and around in circles over and over and over again in that same spot that you just mowed. And you keep doing it over and over and over again. Your neighbors are looking at you wondering, what are you doing? And you just keep doing it over and over again. What is that about? Well, today we're talking about our mind. We're talking about the vicious circles that we create in our mind, that looping, as it's sometimes known as. Or maybe it might be known as the monkey mind, the mind that goes over and over and over again, chatting and chatting and chattering about the same thing that we get caught up into. So that analogy or that little story about the lawnmower is kind of exactly what's happening in our mind. We would surely think that that's very unproductive if we were sitting out there mowing the same spots of our lawn every day. But how much do we think about that mind the monkey mind that's going on every day in our head and how that's affecting us? And maybe how that's causing issues with our productivity because we're thinking over and over and over again about the same things that get in the way. Or maybe it's affecting our peace and our happiness. Why do we get into those loops? Why are we thinking about those things over and over again? Well, there's a few different things that we think about. A lot of times it's fear. It could be worry, or it could be anxiety. Those are the things that are causing us to think over and over and over about, what about this? What about this? What if I don't have this? What if I don't have this? And you get into this vicious cycle about worrying about something, or what somebody's thinking about something. This whole anxiety, worry, fear loop. Whatever it might be, you might have your own thing that it's about. It could be futuristic thinking, whatever it is. And when we think about that looping, we have to think about what causes that. Well, most of the thinking is caused by our beliefs. Many times we have beliefs of, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, what about my future, I don't have what it takes. There's these vicious cycles that occur from our lack of self-esteem, our lack of self-belief, and just those core beliefs that have maybe been in our mind for a long time. So how do we get out of it? When you think about getting out of those thought processes, you might go, yeah, Lori, this is me. I feel like that every day. I'm driving my lawnmower over and over and over again, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop it. So the first thing people think is just stop it. Just don't do it anymore. Well, guess what? I think we all would wish that one day we could just stop those thoughts from reproducing themselves over and over and over again. Well, sometimes when we think we're so conscious about needing to stop it, we focus on it more and we draw more attention. It's kind of like dieting. When you're really deciding to do it, then you do it and all you're thinking about is food all the time. Well, it's the same kind of thing. If you say, I'm going to stop this, guess what? You kind of attract more of it. So really what you need to do is step back and observe. Be an observer. Thoughts are always going to continue. That's just who we are. That's just our minds. We're going to have thoughts. But instead of getting involved and actively, emotionally connected to the thought, I want you to first step back and observe the thought. Now, this is a little difficult because you're going to have to remove yourself from it a little bit. But it's like you're watching the thoughts that happen in your head. It's kind of like watching, one way might look at it is maybe like pebbles in a pond. If you look at them and go, what is that thought? And let it go. What is that thought? And let it go. So you might just think about how can you just let them go and not get emotionally attached to them that starts that cycle over and over again. So I want you really to think about how you can be an observer with those thoughts. The other thing is really just thinking about how can you really just handle them as they arise and really step back and say, is there a pattern of certain things that I am thinking about? Sometimes our heads are just so busy we really haven't thought about maybe the root cause of what's causing the thought, going back to that fear and worry and anxiety, like what's really causing that? But again, being an observer and not getting actively involved in that, I think that's really important to you. So really, when you think about yourself, I don't want you to think about yourself as broken. We're not broken. We just have distractions in our head. We have all these things that are going on, and we just really need to step back from them to cause the mind to slow down. We're really looking for peace. They always say it peace of mind. I want you to think about peace with your mind. How we can have peace with my mind the way that it is. For positive charge this week, first, do you have a monkey mind? Second is, what are some of the things that you're constantly thinking about? Is it worry, anxiety, or fear, or what else? And 3 is, how can you place yourself in an observer mode and practice that this week? So this week, think about your monkey mind, if you have that going on in yourself, and take some time to pull the plug. Pull the plug from those records that have been playing over and over again. Put the lawnmower away, put it in the garage, and think about how you can really come in and have peace with your mind. Thanks for joining us today, and remember to get your mind on.